Welcome back, everyone. 7:23 on your Saturday morning, and this month is National Nutrition Month. It is an effort by the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics to help you eat more healthfully. Neelu Kohli is a registered dietitian with the Austin Diagnostic Clinic, and this year's theme is Savor the Flavor of Eating Right. Good morning to you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and thank you for bringing all of these visuals. You know, we hear a lot about healthy eating, but when you actually see it in action, and exactly, you know, we're going to be breaking down the sugar here in just a second of, you know, how much sugar is in each item. That puts it in perspective.
Correct. This year, the 2015 nutrition guidelines were released this year, and the biggest change this year has been the recommendation for sugar. Americans consume about 32 teaspoons of sugar per day, and we are supposed to consume 1/3 of that. So if you look at the foods here, for example, the muffin, it will be surprising to see that this has about 11 teaspoons of sugar, which would knock off your entire day of sugar for that day.
That's it. You're cut off after that.
Exactly. And what about this green tea? This has about 8 teaspoons of sugar. Soda is the same as a green tea. So next time you want to reach out for the soda, think about getting sparkling water or a non-sweetened beverage. That way you're cutting back on your sugar. So why do we place so much emphasis on sugar? Because sugar has empty calories. It helps you gain weight, it promotes obesity, and this is a big concern amongst our young kids today.
Yeah.
So the best thing is to drink water. Water is always the best choice, has no calories, no cholesterol and nothing like that. And if you have a sweet tooth, I would recommend getting a fruit instead of a soda. And if you're going out, maybe it's a good idea to get a smaller portion of a dessert, or maybe split the dessert with your whole family.
Yeah, sharing's always a good move.
Exactly. So we are not saying don't eat desserts, but just saying eat them in moderation and get a smaller portion.
Yeah, and some people who say, oh, I drink so much water, I get sick of it, they've got things you can add into water now to give it a little bit of flavor that doesn't have calories or even artificial sweeteners.
Correct. And you can also think of something else. You can get plain water at home, put some strawberries at the bottom, and put some Splenda or artificial sweetener if you want this sweet taste, and that could be your flavored water for the entire day.
Yeah, then you're good to go.
Exactly. The other big change this year has been they have lifted the sanctions on cholesterol. Before, egg was the bad guy. It was vilified. Now they're saying it's okay to eat your eggs. So it's okay to have eggs in the morning, but what they are saying is to cut back on saturated fat, which is linked to heart disease. So if you're eating yogurt or milk-based products, get the non-fat milk or 1% milk.
Okay.
Instead of the whole milk. If you're using butter for cooking, choose olive oil for cooking. Okay, and then maybe always eat plenty of fruits and vegetables, which hasn't changed. The recommendation remains the same there. Eat at least 2 servings of fruits and 2.5 servings of vegetables per day. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to ask you on the yogurt.
Yes.
Like this one, this brand makes it very obvious. It says, you know, 0% on the label. Most of the yogurt, you know, you pick it up, you look at the label, and you can tell if it's got, you know, obviously 0 fat or just a little bit. What exactly should you be looking for? And should you be looking at the sugar count as well?
That's a good question. So the rule of thumb that I use for sugar, make sure sugar is not in the top 3 ingredient list.
Oh.
If I see sugar, high fructose corn syrup, molasses, all the sisters of sugar highlighted on the label plenty of times, I wouldn't buy that food. The other thing is when it comes to the other recommendation is to eat plenty of fiber in your diet. When you're buying bread, make sure you're buying whole wheat bread. Simple way to look at it is look at the ingredient list. If the top ingredient is whole wheat, you have a good product on your hand. Look for things high in fiber. It should at least have 2 grams of fiber per slice of bread.
Okay, good. Have we covered everything on here?
Yes, so maybe make sure when you're eating out or ask for a salad instead of fries to get more vegetables in your diet. At dinner time, make sure half the plate is fruits and vegetables. Try to get something like brown rice, and also think about doing meatless meals. It's not necessary to have meat on your plate. Think about beans. Beans are very good in fiber, high in nutrition, and they fill you up, and they prevent heart disease and also help you lose weight.
Yeah, I heard something the other day that there wasn't a big difference between brown rice and white rice. Do you agree or disagree?
Yes, they have the same amount of carbohydrates. So if I was eating 1 cup of rice and 1 cup of brown rice, they would have the same carbohydrates, but the nutrition is going to be different. Brown rice is high in iron, it's high in fiber, it tends to fill you up, and the blood sugar doesn't rise as faster with brown rice as compared to white rice.
All right.
But caloric-wise, they are the same.
Okay, good to know. Okay. Thank you so much for all of these great tips and for bringing visuals for us to remember on our next trip to the grocery store.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.